Hello, book lovers, and welcome to Book Talk Radio Club. My name is Claire Perkins, and today I'm talking to author Andrew Klein. Andrew is the author of children's books, The Adventures of Oliver Phenomena, as well as Footprints from Anywhere, a travel journey. Hi, Andrew. First of all, welcome, and thank you for coming back to talk to me on Book Talk Radio Club.
Oh, thank you. It's so wonderful to be back talking to you. It's been too long.
Oh, thank you. Well, congratulations. You've recently published your third Oliver Phenomena book, Oliver and the Little Bigfoot. So what does Oliver Phenomena get up to in this book, Andrew?
Well, you know Oliver. He's going to have something extraordinary happen. He and his daddy go on a camping trip up into the mountains at the lake and everything. And, of course, he runs into a furry little friend, a little juvenile Bigfoot.
Of course, why not? Who doesn't? The book one in the series, Oliver Phenomena and the Guardian Angel, has an element of sadness to it and covered what could be seen by some as quite a traumatic subject for young children, the loss of a parent. I personally love the idea that Oliver knows his mother is always around him and senses her watching over him as his guardian angel. What was the reason behind this storyline?
Well, interestingly enough, Claire, at that time that I was writing this book, I was going through, my mother was suffering through stage 4 cancer.
Right.
And ultimately passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was going through the loss of a parent myself. And somehow it was incorporated into my work.
Yeah, I mean, that's one way of dealing with it. Grief, isn't it? It's great.
Yes, it worked for me.
I bet. So would you like to tell Book Talk Radio Club's listeners about book 2, Oliver and the Little Ghost?
Oh, sure. Oliver, in the first book, we are introduced to a character. It's his aunt. And she's been bit by the travel bug, so she's always somewhere off in the world. And she returns to bring him gifts and stuff. She has a home that's a bit of a eerie mansion that overlooks a rather dark, rocky coastline. And she is somewhat sensitive, but not as sensitive as Oliver. Oliver's father is a photographer, and she asks his father to go stay at the house for a couple of days to photograph what she feels may be some interesting things happening in the home.
Right.
Of course, Oliver right away finds out that it's the spirit of a young child who passed away at the turn of the century, in the early 1900s.
Right.
And this child wants to help them and whoever is in the house by keeping them safe. So I would assume, in my own mind somewhere, that the child passed with some sort of household accident. So like he empties Oliver's bathtub. He puts out the fireplace. He turns off the stove. He does all these things to keep them safe.
Right.
And, Oliver's, of course, befriends the young child.
So I like that. I mean, there's definitely a supernatural theme running through the series. What with a guardian angel, a ghost, and a little Bigfoot? Will this carry on into the next Oliver Phenomena book?
Oh, absolutely. How could it not? There couldn't be Oliver Phenomena without some sort of phenomena. The fourth book, I think we're going to tackle extraterrestrials. We'll go with Oliver and the Little Alien.
I love it. The illustrations in the books are lovely and appeal to children and adults alike. Do you draw them or do you have an illustrator?
Claire, you know that I have trouble with stick figures.
So do I.
I absolutely have an illustrator, yes. He's a wonderful young man. He's from Manila in the Philippines.
Right.
He does all my work. His name is Ronaldo Florendo.
Oh,
and he's done about 60 other children's books, and he's fantastic.
Well, they're lovely. They really are great illustrations. What age group are the Oliver Phenomena books aimed at?
I would say that maybe, 4 or 5 to 8 or 9 at the very latest.
Right.
Somewhere in there, 5 to 8.
Is Oliver going to grow up in your books, or is he going to stay forever young?
I think Oliver stays young.
Uh-huh.
I keep seeing him as a young boy.
I understand that the Oliver Phenomena character was inspired by your youngest son. How does he feel about having his dad write a book that was inspired by him?
Well, I think when he was younger, because he's already much older than Oliver.
I'm sure.
But when it all started, he was younger, and so I think he thought a lot more of it then, and wanted to share it with his friends and all. But now he's old, and Oliver's not, and maybe it doesn't mean quite as much to him anymore. But he was happy when I came out with the third book. But then I went to California. He didn't like that.
Why is that?
He doesn't like to be away from me.
Oh.
He's a daddy's boy.
Oh, that's nice.
And if I go to a school around here, that's fine. But if I go away for a few days, he doesn't like that.
Now, onto the journal of your travel wanderings, Footprints from Anywhere. You wandered for 15 years from 1985 as you were hit by the travel bug. The places you visited, 66 countries, I might add, the people you met, along with the food, languages, modes of transport and cultures, gave you insight to your own journey. What do you mean by that, insight to your own journey?
Well, obviously, I believe that we're all on the journey of life, and the people that we meet are certainly a huge part of it. The things we do, the things we see, the jobs we take, this is all important. But I just think that travel is one of the greatest things that someone can do for themselves. So it certainly added to my life.
I bet. I love traveling, but
seeing everything and adding it to my experiences was huge.
Nowadays, it seems like anyone that travels has to write about every infinitesimal detail of their experiences on the blog. And of course, it's made so easy because you can, log in from almost anywhere in the world. What made you decide to write a journal so many years after returning, and how on earth did you remember the details?
Well, that's an interesting question because, to tell you the truth, it wasn't my idea. People would ask me about my travels, and I would tell them, and they'd ask stories, and they wanted to know my favorite places and this and that, and would ultimately say, you should write a book. You should write a book. You should write a book. So eventually I wrote
a book.
Right, but I did not have the ability to, video everything. And when I was on the road, we didn't have phones, and I had to take a picture with film, So I only have very few pictures of the Taj Mahal or, the pyramids, or
right.
I don't have thousands of pictures.
Yeah, it is much easier now, isn't it? Let's face it.
Yes, I agree, and I wish I did have the ability to do all that and to be in touch with everyone at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And let them actually see where I was and what I was doing. And so now, I'm not the greatest writer in the world, so detailing it and letting them see it in their mind is not as easy for me as it is for some.
So if you could go back to one of the places now, where would you go back to?
I'd probably go back to Thailand as fast as possible.
Why did that stick out so much? Why is that your favorite place?
I shouldn't say that, because the truth is, the places that you go are enhanced by the things that you do and the people you meet.
Mm-hmm.
And so the first time I went to Thailand, it was an incredible time, and I met incredible people that some of them are still alive today, and I'm still in touch with them. And so it left a very lasting impression. And of course, I remember that so fondly, and I would go back in an instant.
How difficult was it for you to go from writing a travel journal to the Oliver Phenomena books?
That actually, Oliver books came out first.
Oh, right.
It took me a while to write the travel journal. You had asked about how did I remember the details?
Yeah.
Well, there were some details that I just could not remember the name of a place or something. And I did have to go online and I did have to research and finally found the names of places I stayed and things. So it was kind of difficult to pinpoint some of those things. But going from Oliver to a travel journal was actually it was very natural for me. I knew I had the travel book in me,
Yeah.
and people had been asking for it, and so it was just a natural thing to come out.
You're obviously building a fan base with kids and adults alike. I mean, there's great reviews for your Oliver Phenomena books, and they include, "It's an amazing book. My daughter loves it. It's one of her favourite books now. I really recommend it. The illustration is beautiful and very appealing. I think that kids will love this book, and a lovely underlying message addressing friendship and diversity." So tell me, Andrew, where can readers purchase the Oliver Phenomena books?
Oliver Phenomena books are available online.
Hmm.
Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, my own Andy Klein Wix site has a purchase button, and it's all directed back to Amazon, I'm sure, and that's where they are.
Lovely. All right. Well, thank you, Andy. Please come back on Book Talk Radio Club when you've published your next book. I can't wait to read about the little alien and hear more. In the meantime, good luck for the future. And thank you, everyone, for listening to Book Talk Radio Club. Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you, Claire. Thanks for having me. It's been wonderful talking to you again.
My pleasure.